Hello everyone, welcome to Legacy IAS. So this is the news that we'll be talking about. This is night vision devices which are reshaping military operations. So recently a very big order has been placed by Indian military with respect to this night vision devices. So we'll understand how they work and all that. Okay, let's get started. This you might see, correct? Now, first, what is night vision devices? So these are optoelectronic instruments. Optical is one word, correct? Electronic is one word. The mix of both. Optoelectronic instruments that grant military forces a tactical edge by converting near total darkness, low light and thermal signatures into clear visual imagery for round the clock operations. This is what it provides, correct? So you understand. So basically during the night time when there is not enough ambient light, so it does some processes by which these military personnels will be able to see things. That is very simply night vision devices. Okay, you can see different versions of it, correct? This may be mounted on tanks, maybe mounted on rifles, may be directly used as goggles. There are many different ways. So we'll understand the technology, how the technology works, and then we'll see what is the order. Then first, working principle. This is the most important thing. Understand this. Image intensification or enhancement. Now understand what it does here. So there are two basic principles on which these are based on. Now one is this image intensification. So what it does, gathers trace ambient and near infrared light. So whatever small amount of light, okay, infrared light or some small amount of ambient light that is coming because of stars and moon at the night, in the night sky, correct? So from that it collects the light signals. Now, so then it will convert these photons, that is the light signals, into electrons. So these photons, they will be changed to similar electron movements. Now, so via photocathode, they convert this photon, whatever are there, into movement of electrons. Now they will multiply this thousands of times, whatever is the movement. Now, after doing this, for 1,000 of time, a phosphor screen is what is used in your tube lights also. Okay, so similar phosphor is used and here it is a screen. So a phosphor screen turns the multiplied electrons back into bright visible image. So the image was very dull, correct, because the light was not enough. Then using this light, they converted it into electron movement. Then they multiplied the electron movement, and then when they placed this back on a phosphor screen, now what will happen, you will get the same image but in a much more brighter form. So then they will be able to see, correct? All this will happen inside, let's say, the goggle that they are wearing. So this is called the first one. Then the second one is thermal imaging. So how it works, it captures infrared radiation. So see, now visible light is less, but infrared radiations or heat may be present in enough quantity, correct? Now if this is a person, this is the shape of a person, you cannot see him, but the infrared light that is released by me, you, everyone, the heat that is released by us will also be particularly concentrated in this region where the human is standing, correct? So from that infrared light also I can have a clue of what is the kind of object that is in front of me, and essentially from that it can trace or make images that your eyes can understand, correct? So this is called thermal imaging. Captures infrared radiation, heat naturally emitted by objects. Process sensors translate minute temperature differences into electrical impulses. Then what will happen, this will map impulses into visual thermogram. Thermogram is basically the changes in the infrared radiation. So that will be made like a picture. Same thing that we study in radars, lidars, and all those operations. There also you are using infrared radiations to create images. Then effective through smoke, camouflage, absolute darkness, everywhere it will work. Why? Because this is infrared radiation. Darkness or light for us or is defined in terms of visible radiations, correct? This is infrared, it is easily present and you can easily use this thermal imaging. Now the modern ones actually use a combination of both of these. So both of these are being fused together and then you are getting a very clear image. Understood? Now, global evolution and landscape, now it is just theory. So first it was deployed by Germany during the World War II, then US took this technology forward during the Korean War and it has continued. US is one of the pioneers right now also, one of the leaders in this. US, Israel, France, China has also started doing this. Then strategic imperative for India, so preparedness. Developing next gen night fighting capabilities is crucial aspect of India's strategic deterrence. Correct? Because right now you might have seen with the Balakot strike, okay, even this Operation Sindoor, everything is happening at night. Correct? So night vision is not just restricted to a person wearing a goggle. It is all these technologies. So night vision devices will become very important going forward in all these defense equipments. Then border security, given its geography, addressing the technology gap is an immediate necessity for operations along both eastern and western borders. Correct? We have issues with both our eastern and western borders. Then private sector indigenization. This you have to remember. So R&D success. So MKU Limited co-developed this monocular and became the first private firm to receive DRDO tech for T90 tech driver night sights. So these are the two companies. These companies' name you can remember: MKU and Medbit Consortium. So basically MKU and Medbit, these are two companies. These are private Indian companies, MKU and Medbit. Now, they have secured 659 crore contract for close to 30,000 generation 3 night sites. Generation 3, so there are 4 generations that have come about in these night vision devices. This is the third generation that they will be producing 30,000 almost units of it. For this they have got the contract and that is why it was in news. These two companies, Indian companies, and getting the contract from Indian military. Then integration, these sites are specifically slated for Army's SIG 716 rifles to heavily enhance infantry lethality. Okay, so basically these will be fitted in those rifles, so that using the rifles, you might have seen, if you have played Counter-Strike or some games, you might have seen that if you look from the rifle, then you are able to see even in the darkness. Otherwise you cannot. Correct? Have you seen this? Correct? So actually that is using night vision. Understood? In the older games, they used to give one power also, that if you kill someone, then you used to get night vision. Okay, anyway, so this is integration. Then last thing, institutional support and milestones. So mechanized upgrades. So the Ministry of Defense is actively standardizing all these night vision devices. And domestic tech. See, these force upgrades utilize advanced night sights and fire control systems developed by DRDO and BEL. Okay, so Bharat Electronics Limited and DRDO has developed certain systems, the more advanced ones. We are already in third generation that these new private companies are employing and providing us the orders. Last thing, a 362 crore BEL advanced night vision products factory has opened in Nimmaluru, Andhra Pradesh. Please remember this. Like this time they have asked about semiconductor factories, if you have seen, correct? So this is another thing, that is in Nimmaluru, Andhra Pradesh, they have opened this BEL, Bharat Electronics Limited, Advanced Night Vision Products Factory. This will boost domestic production for armed forces, as well as, if it turns out to be very good, then for export also. Understood? So with this, we are done with this topic. That's it. Thank you.